Danger Dolan. From flying monsters that just won't leave you alone to monsters that run away when you really don't want them to, we count 15 of the most annoying enemies in video games. Number 15. Murlocs in World of Warcraft. These fish-faced, weird-sounding monsters can really frustrate you during your questing experiences. They gained so much infamy that Blizzard got the band Elite Tauren Chieftain to make a song about them. One of the lines in the song is, "I am Murloc, I am death." The trouble comes from their numbers. When there's one, there's another 6 that will aggro to you and cause you to die if you're low level or just you don't have much experience playing the game. Best way to deal with a pack of Murlocs is to very carefully aggro one at a time, and if you do manage to aggro more than one, make sure to pop one of your cooldowns. Use a crowd control ability or spam your most powerful area of effect abilities. Number 14. Creepers in Minecraft. Minecraft's main and possibly only appeal is the creative aspect, where you explore a world, mine some virtual Lego, and assemble them into visually appealing structures. The other aspect of the game is survival. Survival includes fighting enemies with a clunky battle system and restoring your health with an annoying hunger system. But that's not the worst part of the survival aspect of Minecraft. The worst part is the creepers. Creepers will take your magnificent structures and fuck them up in a big way, via an explosion that destroys most types of blocks that is activated on proximity or after taking damage. What should you do to deal with them? Either create an ugly looking wall of obsidian or turn on peaceful mode. Number 13. The poison head crab in Half-Life 2 will both annoy you and make you pee a little when it attacks you. They seem to come out of nowhere and their toxins will temporarily take your health down to 1 regardless of your current health. In addition to their toxins, they are smarter than the other head crabs in that they won't recklessly attack you and they have some dodging abilities in their repertoire, so make sure your aim is good. Best thing to do is focus on killing them first, ideally using either the shotgun or the magnum, as they both tend to kill them in one shot, as long as you're accurate enough. Number 12. Cliff Racers in the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. So flying enemies are pretty consistently the most annoying enemy type in video games, and the Cliff Racers are of no exception. They will find you, they will hunt you down, and they will come in great numbers. They may not kill you once you attain higher levels, but they remain annoying all the way to the end of the game. This is mainly because they seem to have a homing beacon, as well as spawning at incredibly high rates in comparison to pretty much every other enemy in the entire series. To stop them from being annoying, you should have a good ranged weapon with the skills to back up that weapon. But the preferred way to prevent their annoyingness is to get a mod that lowers their spawn rate to a reasonable amount. Number 11. Wheel skeletons in Dark Souls. Not only are wheel skeletons annoying, they're also a pain in the dick to kill thanks to their speedy moves and the fact that they break through your guard, causing you to stagger if they hit you, even if you wear gear that's designed to prevent staggering. Without the wheel skeletons, the catacombs are a breeze to go through, even if you consider the necromancers resurrecting the skeletons, because at least they're easy to kill and they don't respawn. With all that said, I don't think they were a bad design choice. They certainly make you annoyed, but they also teach you timing and the importance of staggering enemies before they stagger you. But maybe FromSoft could have had them not come at you 6 at a time. Number 10. Yanmea from Halo 2 Reach. I didn't know the name of these until I decided to make this list and I had to look them up. All I knew was that these annoying flying things were frustrating as all hell to kill with a sizable chunk of the available weaponry. As it turns out, an alternate name for them is in fact a bugger, which makes total sense as they're a bugger of a bug that only exists to bug you. So I'd like to thank 343 for removing them and not replacing them with anything even more annoying. However, screw Bungie for even making these in the first place. Number 9. Medusa heads in Castlevania move in a sine wave pattern, which makes everyone wonder why such a simple pattern is so hard to predict the trajectory of. I don't know the answer to why that is, but I have to say that these things have caused so many deaths that they make the Spanish flu death toll look like a manageable common cold outbreak. So if you see one of these, stop moving. Focus on where they'll be when they're near you and adjust yourself accordingly. Just make sure not to adjust yourself so that you move off of the platform and into a group of spikes. Number 8. The Malboro from Final Fantasy can quite easily destroy a party if you're not prepared. And by prepared, I mean you're able to either resist or pretty much remove every status effect in the game multiple times. Not only are they a real pain in the ass to kill, they're also just not that nice to look at, with a giant mouth, weird green tentacles with orange eyes at the end. I mean, maybe if it closely resembled a kitten, it wouldn't be so bad to meet one of these on the battlefield. But the best way to deal with Malboro is to just run the hell away whenever you see one. Whatever experience, currency or item you get from them is just not worth your time and frustration it takes to beat them. Number 7. The Hammer Bros in Super Mario Bros. Is a real pain in the rectum to deal with, especially in the NES games, where their hammers are constant, vicious, and the worst enemy to deal with in those games. Their appearance are made worse by the fact that they come in pairs, for the most part. And in Super Mario Bros. 3, they also have homing abilities, and they occasionally appear in underwater levels where they change from nuisance to Teenage Mutant Ninja assholes. The best way to deal with them is to have the Fire Flower upgrade and deal with them from afar. But if you don't have that, you should try and deal with them by breaking the bricks underneath them. Number 6. The Regenerator from Resident Evil 4. What's worse than a bullet sponge enemy that takes longer to kill than it takes humans to develop an interstellar space program? A bullet sponge that hits back harder than a ton of bricks moving at Mach 5. The Regenerators can be a big pain to kill, even in normal mode. But their true annoyance comes in the later difficulties, where they're highly incented to kill them as efficiently as possible thanks to the large payout you get for defeating them. The best way to kill them is to delimb them to hinder their attacking capabilities as well as doing large amounts of damage. The best weapon to do this is probably the Magnum or rifle. Just make sure you're far enough away from them to prevent untimely death. Number 5. The Like from Legend of Zelda, a giant disgusting looking slug thing that has the ability to consume special items that are required to defeat and or stay alive within the dungeon you find them in. Sounds like fun, right? These enemies aren't overly hard to kill, but if you're not paying attention or you mess up for one reason or another, they can create a lot of work for you. Getting back a tunic or shield they eat off you is an arduous task in pretty much any game they appear in. So what should you do? Always be on guard around these pain in the asses. If you can, equip an item they can't eat, and if they do eat your item, write an angry post on the internet about how they're one of the most annoying enemies ever. Number 4. Zubat from Pokemon Red, Blue and Yellow. So this Pokemon is the main reason people use Repel, seeing them over and over, confusing you in game so that you hit yourself, as well as frustrating you out of game, causing you to hit yourself. They wouldn't be that bad if they were any good after you catch them, especially in Red, Blue and Yellow, where they didn't even evolve into the somewhat cool looking Crobat, instead you get an ugly looking Golbat. Replacing Zubat with a variety of Pokemon in caves would have removed most of the frustration caused by them. I mean, sure, we occasionally saw some rock Pokemon, but that didn't make things any better because who actually likes rock Pokemon besides that one kid at school that ate worms? Number 3. The Metal Slime from Dragon Quest. These guys are designed to annoy you. No, they won't kill you, they won't hunt you down wherever you go, and they certainly won't make you wish you'll never see them again. The frustration behind Metal Slimes is due to the fact that they give you an incredibly large experience payout for killing them. Why is this annoying? They barely take any damage, and they're rarer than Tasmanian tigers, and if you do manage to find one, they'll usually disappear before you land a hit. So how do you kill one of these elusive spunks? The best way is to equip a Falcon Blade, a meteorite brace, and use Metal Slash. There's no guarantee they won't run away before you get a chance to attack it, but this is still the best way to go. Number 2. Cazador from Fallout New Vegas. You better watch your back when you come across one of these oversized bugs, because they will wreck you way quicker than you might think physically possible. One time I died to a Cazador before the game even rendered it in the distance. They're just that bad. To make matters worse, they don't take extra damage when you aim for their heads, so you better aim for their wings, else you're in for a world of suffering. And if there's more than 3, you might want to consider running away. If you do decide to kill a horde of them, you'll need a lot of anti-venom. If you don't have anti-venom, you're going to need an intense amount of luck, skill, or simply be over-leveled to the point where you can one-hit kill them with your fists. Number 1. The birds from Ninja Gaiden. I think the creators of the original Ninja Gaiden didn't quite understand birds. In the real world, very few people are killed by birds. They don't do more damage than a shuriken to the throat, otherwise we'd be using them in warfare right now. But in Ninja Gaiden, they are death, destroyer of worlds. If you encounter them, your heart rate will rise, your blood pressure will increase, your breathing will shorten because they do a crap load of damage, are almost impossible to hit, and are fast as all buggery. And here comes the part where I tell you how you kill them, except I don't really know. I just mash the buttons and fight the urge to run the other way. I would advise not getting hit by them and probably hitting them back. That's it for this countdown. And have a good one!